Good morning, children. Welcome back to ICAN Physics. Now in this class, we are going to see the Kirchhoff's laws. Let's enjoy the class. அப்ப இன்னைக்கு என்னமா பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா Kirchhoff's laws. அப்ப the Kirchhoff deal with V, I and R. Already we are having Ohm's law which deals with the same V, I, R. Okay. அப்ப ஏன் நமக்கு Kirchhoff's law அப்படின்னு வேணும் அப்படின்னா it deals with the complicated circuits. Complicated circuit. அப்ப Ohm's law is applicable only for simple circuit. அப்ப Kirchhoff நமக்கு என்ன பண்ணாங்க? ரெண்டு லா கொடுத்தாங்க. அதுல first law அப்படிங்கிறது என்னையா அப்படின்னா current law. The first law is called current law. அப்ப the first law is otherwise called current law. என்னையா current law? அப்ப algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction is 0. அவ்வளவுதான். The algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction is 0. Okay. Now I am going to consider a circuit. Okay, which has different arms. Okay, like that it has 5 arms. It's arm 1, arm 2, arm 3, arm 4 and arm 5. Okay, in the arm 1 the current is moving towards the junction I1. In the arm 2 the current is moving towards the junction I2. Let us consider I3 is the current moving away from the junction in arm 3. I4 is the current moving away from the junction. In the arm 4. I5 is the current moving away from the junction. So, how we can write the equation? What we said, the algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction is 0. When the current is moving towards the junction, it has a positive value. When the current moving away from the junction, it has negative value. Now, I1 is the current moving towards the junction. So, it's plus I1. I2 is the current moving towards the junction. Then it is plus I2. Okay. I3 is the current moving away from the junction. So, minus I3. I4 is the current moving away from the junction. So, minus I4. I5 is the current moving away from the junction. So, minus I5 equal to 0. Now, the minus value goes to right side as plus value. So, I1 plus I2 equal to I3 plus I4 plus I5. Here, how we can write? The sum of current entering equal to sum of current leaving. Okay, so the first law is the conservation of charges. Okay, do you get it now? Do you have any doubts? No doubts. Now we are going to the second law. The second law is otherwise called voltage law. Okay, so what is voltage law? Algebraic sum of product of current and resistance in each part of any closed circuit. Is equal to algebraic sum of EMF in that closed circuit. Algebraic sum of product of current and resistance in each part of any closed circuit is equal to algebraic sum of EMF in that closed circuit. Okay, do you get it now? Do you have any doubts? Okay, no doubts. Okay, so for that I am going to construct a closed circuit. Okay, so okay, so now we are having three battery of EMF E1, E2 and E3, and its internal resistance is R1, R2 and R3. Now it's plus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus. Okay. Here between the two, a resistor is connected. Here between the two, a resistor is connected. Okay. At the top, you are having one resistor. Okay. Then we are having three resistors are connected in between. Okay. So like that we are having a special circuit. Okay. Now we can give the name to the resistors. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6. Now give the name to the junction. Okay. So how we can give the name? The A, B, C, D, E and F. இப்போ சொல்ல போறது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். என்னையா அப்படின்னா current. So current from the battery I1. So I1 is the current flowing through R1 comes to A, just it turns. So the same current I1 is flowing through R2 and it comes to the junction B. At the junction B, it splits into two. So it may be I2. Here it may be I3. So I2 is the current comes to the junction C and it just turn. So the same I2 is the current flowing through R4 and it comes to the junction D. It just turn. So I2. Okay. And it comes to the junction D. At the junction E, it splits into two. So already I have given the name I3. So here it is I4. Okay. அப்ப இப்படி போற கரண்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு பேர் கொடுத்தாச்சு. இப்படி போற கரண்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு பேர் கொடுக்கணும். ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணியாச்சு? I3 ன்னு கொடுத்தாச்சு. So no need to give a new name. Okay? Do you get it now? Do you have any doubts? No doubts. So now we can go for the closed circuit. என்ன எடுத்துக்கலாம்? A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Okay? So in the A to B. A to B. I1 into R2. Product of current and resistance. B to C. B to C. There is no resistor. So there is no product of current and resistance. So we can leave it. Now C to D. I to R4. I to R4. Now we are having some internal resistance R3. So I2 into R3. Next, D to E. I2 into R5. I2 into R5. E to F. I4 into R6. I4 into R6. F to A. I1 into R1. I1 into R1. Here we are having some internal resistance. So I1 into small R1. Okay. Equal to EMF in that closed circuit. So in that closed circuit, we are involving E1 and E3. So E1 plus E3. So why we are adding? Because the positive terminal is connected with the negative terminal. So it is added. Okay? Do you get it now? Do you have any doubts? No doubts. Now we are going to the next closed circuit. A, B, E, F, A. A, B, E, F, A. So A to B is I1 R2 plus B to E I3 R3 and its internal resistance R2. So I3 into R2. Here I4 R6. I4 R6. Here I1 R1. I1 R1 and its internal resistance I1 small R1. Now algebraic sum of EMF in that closed circuit. So in this closed circuit, E1 and E2, but the positive and the positive are connected. Positive and the positive are connected. So that we can write E1 minus E2. Okay. Okay, do you get it now? Do you need doubts? No doubts.